You are watching Education Inside Out with Tikisha Michelle. I am here today with Wanda Williams, and we are talking about community concerns. There are so many different things that are happening each and every day in our schools, in our communities, and there are many people who are a part of our community who feel passionate about some things. Actually, many things people feel passionate about, and they don't always get an opportunity to share it. So on Education Inside Out, that's what we're here for. We're here to allow people to share their thoughts and their concerns and their views. And Wanda Williams today wants to share her thoughts, concerns, and views with you. So good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
So now tell me some things. Let's go with one thing. What do you think is your biggest concern? The biggest thing the most important thing, I guess, that you think about when it comes to the community, to schools? What's the most passionate thing you feel?
The most passionate thing I feel about the schools and the children is safety issues.
Oh, okay. That's a big
making
one.
sure that the children are safe on their way to school and home from school. We do have a policeman that sits out front in our neighborhood. Normally he's there to catch speeders, whoever runs a stop sign,
Right.
and different things. So they're there different times of the day. But I feel safe because they're there. But in the afternoon, you don't see them as much as in the morning. They are actually, we don't have a lot of policemen in Wiley, so they go to different school areas. So
Okay.
they're kind of spread out.
All right.
So I see parents in some neighborhoods actually watching the children to see if they get home safely.
Okay.
And it's a good idea to have parents stationed out front.
Right.
We have the neighborhood watch to stand out there while the children are going home. I see a lot of kids going home alone. They're walking alone.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're little girls and they have quite a little distance. So I'm really concerned about the safety.
Wow, safety is very, very important, and I've been hearing it's been a lot in the news with children maybe not getting to their correct destination.
Right.
There have been children who have been in situations where they might be hit by cars, and all of these things. And I would think that these things have been going on for a long time.
Yes.
It's not something that's brand new, and our local area government officials, I believe they're aware of it. People get schematics of all types of things.
Right.
Am I correct?
Right.
And I would think that when you look at that, you know where a school is. You
Yes.
know what's necessary for children to be safe as they travel up and down the road,
Right.
as they travel to and from school. And I think that it's very important
It is.
to make sure that these things are addressed. And the way it's going to happen is not always, I mean, we can talk about it here, but it's very important for parents.
Right.
And even teachers who are out there because they have teachers watching,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
And for someone to speak up and say, hey, this needs to be changed. We
Right.
need an improvement on what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
Because the safety of children is very important, because then what happens is someone gets hurt
Yes.
and then everyone wants to be sad.
Yes.
Everyone wants to be apologetic,
Yes.
but that doesn't change
No.
what has
It
happened.
doesn't change the actions.
Right. So if we take care of it on the front end, then we don't have to worry about the sadness or the grief and trying to react to a
Right.
problem.
That's correct.
So what else is there something else that,
The teachers are only allowed to watch the children from the actual corner. You also have your what are they called? The people who
The
are
crossing guard?
crossing guards. They watch them only so far. So there are issues by the time they get down the street where no one, unless it's another parent assigned or a parent who's walking their children home to see to it that the other children are getting home safely.
right.
You have children that go home in the afternoon and stay by themselves, of course,
Yeah.
and hopefully they are of age to do that. But we really have to be careful about, and then we do have the possibilities of knowing how many predators are in our neighborhoods and how
Right.
if they're living outside of the areas they're supposed to be living in. But the main thing is that the parents need to communicate with the schools.
Yes.
When you have children who actually are walkers or they ride bikes or they ride scooters or whatever, to make sure that those children make it to their destination, whether by phone with the parent,
Right.
or in some way letting the teachers or the school know that my child is going to be going home alone and they're going to be contacting me. If they don't contact me, I will be contacting you to see if my child left safely.
Right.
So it's just kind of communicating so the children don't feel like they're out there alone.
Right. Wow. I remember being growing up, and when I was really young,
Mm-hmm.
going to school, and I was what they called a key kid,
Okay.
because of course my mom was at work,
Mm-hmm.
and when I would come home,
Right.
I'm sorry, was it? Well, we went to Key Kids. Key Kids was an after-school program
Okay.
that we went to,
Okay.
but we were known as latchkey kids
Okay.
because we wore. Well, I didn't wear my key around my neck, but
Okay.
there's that concept of wearing your key around your neck
Right. Mm-hmm.
and having to let yourself in once you got home. And of course, as soon as we got home, we were responsible for calling my mom once we got there. But today, things, it's a little bit different today. It seems like as time has gone on, the communities aren't as safe as we would like for them to be. I don't know, things have changed, I guess.
They have changed somewhat. It used to be a few years ago they would have after-school programs where children could stay after school, do their homework, and have a tutor. Those programs were discontinued, and they were free. Now they're offering some of the same programs, but they cost money. So you're adding another burden on an already economically stressed parent
Right.
or parents.
Right.
And they can't afford it, but it's a good idea.
Right.
So I think the government could go back to offering grants for these programs where the children can stay after school and be safer. And I think it's offered until 5:30, so their parent might be able to pick them up from school.
That is a good idea. That is a good idea. And I know, like I said, I was in the Key Kids program. We stayed after school. We did homework. We played games. And I remember that. We had so much fun growing up. Even though we knew that when we got home,
Right.
that our mom wasn't going to be there. And so that's something that's really necessary. And I know that there are some programs that are available out there. And as she stated, oftentimes they do cost monies that parents don't always have.
That's true.
But what I do know is that there are grants available for many different types of things. One problem is that people don't always do the investigation for it.
That's true.
And the process that's necessary that you have to go through to receive these grants is, and I could see where these government officials or these organizations that have this money, where they don't want to just give money to everybody and really don't know where it's going to. I can understand that.
Right.
But my goodness, the process is kind of a strenuous process sometimes.
Yes.
But it does exist. And so centers that already exist, you might want to look into those different grants. And maybe you're already established. So maybe you could check it out and see if there's a grant out there that you could receive that would help to offer this type of a program, this after-school program, after-school care to families, and maybe even work it out of a school. The school buildings are there. They're available. And all you have to do is, pay for what's happening. So you don't have to go out and get a whole brand new building. It's already something that's right there that can be utilized. So consider that. This is something that can help parents, the community, and even educators, because there are teachers who are staying after school doing these tutorial programs. And having been a teacher for many, many years, teachers stay after school because they want to help those children. But then, that's lengthening the day of a teacher. You want your teachers to be fresh and ready to teach and not be so heavy laden, I guess you want to say, with what all needs to go on. So you want to make sure that there's something else, there's something else that can be in place.
That's true.
That can help parents, help children, and then essentially helping your teacher. It's just like kind of a circle effect. Everybody's being helped and all aspects are being covered, right?
Right.
So, man, there's a lot of things. The safety, the community assistance, all of those different things need to be addressed. So, wow, we've talked about a lot of things today.
It's true. It really brings to mind. I did do a lot of searching for government grants a few years ago. And apparently, I probably stopped before I found something that would help children after school. I have owned my own daycare and picked up children after school as well as having children during the day. So it is something that I probably need to look into. There may be other parents who are home and free in the afternoons that could
Right.
help to volunteer for this program, that children would be safe at least 4 days a week or something
Yeah.
like that, to
Yeah.
where the children would have a safe place to go after school,
Exactly.
and that they could get tutored on any topic or subject that they are not well versed in. Okay, so that would be a good idea.
I think that would really be great. Oh my goodness. Those are some very, very great ideas. And Wanda has shared the thoughts of so many people in the community. I'm sure there are parents out there who are wishing and probably watching and saying, yes, 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 can somebody make this happen?
Yes.
And I bet you there are some community service organizations out there that could make this happen. So what I want everyone to do is to go and find a grant, find an organization, find something, and let us know about it. You can send me an email at more to educate, that's MORE, the number 2, EDUC, the number 8, at yahoo.com. Send me an email or go to continues to stay on the website and go to the EIO community. Click on that tab at the top of your page and you can go into the message board and start communications about different organizations that are available that can do this, or maybe you found a grant. Let's keep talking about ways that we can help improve the community, ways that we can help families, and ways that community service organizations can get some grants and things so that all of this can work together. Because when we all work together, success is inevitable.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Wanda, for sharing your thoughts and your concerns today.
Well, thank you for allowing me to speak on camera.
All right. Well, you all have been watching Education Inside Out with Tikisha Michelle. Thank you so much, and we'll look forward to talking with you on the message board or by email. Thanks. Have a great evening.
Bye.